That used luxury car you found for $25,000 might not be a bargain. It might be a $90,000 car waiting to send you $90,000 repair bills. Everyone talks about the sticker price, the monthly payment, and the interest rate. But almost nobody talks about what happens after you drive off the lot. The insurance bill, the fuel cost, the maintenance schedule, the specialist labor. The one repair at 80,000 miles that suddenly makes a cheap used car feel very expensive. Many cars on this list are genuinely impressive, but the real cost of owning them can shock people who only looked at the purchase price. If you are shopping for a car, this video could save you more money than any negotiation. Let's get into it. Number 10. Cadillac CT6. The Cadillac CT6 is one of the most tempting luxury sedans on the used market. This was a big, advanced Cadillac that originally competed with serious European luxury cars. Today, used examples can look like a shocking bargain. But the CT6 is not cheap to own like a normal used sedan. It is a rare, complicated luxury car with expensive electronics, cameras, sensors, adaptive features, and limited independent repair support compared with BMW, Mercedes, or Audi. Some versions also used twin-turbo engines, which means more heat, more plumbing, and more expensive diagnosis. Once it is out of warranty, you are not maintaining a cheap used Cadillac. You are maintaining a low-volume luxury flagship. That is why the used prices look so attractive. Number 9. Infiniti QX80. The Infiniti QX80 looks like one of the smartest used luxury SUV buys on the market. It is big, comfortable, powerful, and built on a truck-based platform. Compared with a used Range Rover or Mercedes GLS, it can look like the responsible choice. But the real cost can still surprise people. First, there is fuel. The 5.6-liter V8 is strong and smooth but thirsty. Real-world mixed fuel economy often lands in the mid-teens, and city driving can be even worse. Over several years, that fuel cost alone can add thousands of dollars compared with a more efficient SUV. Then there is the suspension. Higher-spec QX80 models can have hydraulic body motion control. When hydraulic components leak or related parts need attention, a simple-sounding suspension problem can quickly become a $1,500 to $3,000 repair. The QX80 proves an important point. Reliable luxury SUV does not always mean cheap luxury SUV. Number 8. Dodge Challenger and Charger with the 5.7-liter HEMI. The Dodge Challenger and Charger with the 5.7-liter HEMI deliver something many modern cars no longer offer. A big V8, big sound, rear-wheel drive attitude, real muscle car character at a price normal people can reach. But the ownership costs are not as simple as the purchase price makes them look. Fuel is the first hit. If you drive one of these cars the way it was meant to be driven, real-world fuel economy often lands around 16 to 18 miles per gallon, sometimes less. Then there is the multi-displacement system, or MDS. MDS-equipped HEMI engines have developed a reputation for valve train noise, lifter issues, and camshaft-related repairs. Not every HEMI will fail. Many run for a long time. But when lifter problems do show up, the repair can run $2,000 to $4,000. These are V8 muscle cars, and they come with V8 ownership costs. Number 7. Volkswagen Golf GTI with DSG. The Volkswagen Golf GTI is practical, quick, refined, and genuinely fun every day. But the DSG-equipped version adds an ownership cost that many buyers underestimate. The DSG is not a normal automatic transmission. It is a dual-clutch gearbox, and it needs specific service at specific intervals. Owners sometimes miss that because the car feels easy to drive. When DSG fluid and filter service gets skipped, mechatronic unit problems and clutch-related issues can become very expensive. A mechatronic replacement can easily land in the $2,000 to $3,500 range. Then there is the EA888 engine family. Water pump leaks, oil consumption, carbon buildup, and timing-related concerns have all been part of ownership conversations. The GTI is still a great car, but it rewards proper maintenance and punishes neglect. Number 6. BMW 3 Series. The BMW 3 Series is one of the most aspirational cars in the world. Sporty, premium, balanced, and just practical enough to justify as a daily driver. But past the warranty period, the 3 Series can become far more expensive than many first-time BMW buyers expect. Basic service already costs more. Oil changes can run much higher than a normal commuter car. Brake jobs can easily reach $800 to $1,200 because the parts and labor are not economy car level. Then come the classic BMW ownership conversations. Cooling system parts, electric water pumps, thermostat housings, expansion tanks, oil leaks, sensors, and labor-intensive repairs. A cooling system refresh can cost $1,500 to $2,500. A used 3 Series may be affordable to buy, but it was engineered for a maintenance culture that assumes regular service and quality parts. When maintained correctly, a 3 Series can be excellent. When maintained cheaply, it becomes expensive very quickly. Number 5. Audi A6 and A7 3.0T. The Audi A6 and A7 are incredibly tempting used cars. They look modern, they feel premium, they drive beautifully, and after a few years of depreciation, they can look like a serious bargain. But buyers need to understand what they are really buying. Depending on the generation, the 3.0T may refer to Audi's older supercharged V6 or the newer turbocharged V6. Some versions use a traditional automatic, while newer versions may use a dual-clutch transmission. The ownership lesson is the same. This is not a cheap used sedan with leather seats. It is a complex German luxury car with German luxury car service costs. Direct injection engines can develop carbon buildup. Quattro all-wheel drive systems need proper fluid service. Transmission maintenance can get expensive. A used A6 or A7 that originally sold for $65,000 or $70,000 may look incredible at $25,000. But the depreciation is not random. The market knows these cars are expensive to keep perfect. Number 4. Early Tesla Model S. The Tesla Model S changed the way people looked at electric cars. Early Model S examples are now available used at prices that can look almost unbelievable for the performance they offer. But the ownership reality is complicated. The 12-volt battery is a small part with a big consequence. When it fails, the car may become completely inoperable. The repair itself may not be outrageous, but the failure mode shocks owners who are not expecting it. Then there is the main battery pack. High-mileage early Model S vehicles can experience range loss over time. If a pack replacement becomes necessary outside warranty coverage, the cost can exceed the value of the car. A car bought used for $20,000 or $25,000 can theoretically face a battery-related repair that makes no financial sense. Early Model S examples can also have door handle failures, suspension issues, screen problems, and other early production quirks. The Model S changed the industry, but cheap entry price does not mean cheap. Ownership. Number 3. Jaguar F-Pace with 2.0-liter turbo 4-cylinder. The Jaguar F-Pace is one of the best-looking SUVs in its class. It has presence, it feels special, and the 2.0-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder made the design more accessible. But the ownership cost is where the story changes. The 2.0-liter Ingenium engine has developed reliability concerns across multiple Jaguar Land Rover applications. Oil consumption, timing system issues, cooling problems, and sensitivity to poor maintenance have all become part of the conversation around these engines. This is not an engine you want to neglect. It demands correct oil, correct intervals, and attention to early warning signs. The bigger issue is the support network. Jaguar dealer labor rates are high. Independent Jaguar specialists are not as common as BMW or Mercedes specialists. The F-Pace depreciates enough to look like a stylish luxury SUV bargain. But you may buy it at a discount. You do not maintain it at a discount. Number 2. Mercedes-Benz S-Class W221 and W222. The Mercedes-Benz S-Class is the benchmark luxury sedan. The ride, the silence, the technology, the road presence, all of it feels special. But the used S-Class is one of the clearest examples of a dangerous ownership mistake. Buying a $100,000 car for $30,000 and forgetting that it is still a $100,000 car underneath. The W221 and W222 generations use air suspension systems that help deliver that famous magic carpet ride. But air suspension wears out. Air struts, compressors, valve blocks, sensors, and related components can turn suspension repair into a $3,000 to $6,000 event if multiple parts need replacement. Adaptive cruise control, night vision, advanced seats, power modules, infotainment systems, and driver assistance features were cutting edge when new. Out of warranty, they become expensive diagnostic problems. The S-Class is not a bad car. It is an incredible car, but the selling price went down, the complexity did not. Number 1. Range Rover Sport. The Range Rover Sport is the king of cheap luxury that is not actually cheap. Few vehicles look more tempting. The design still looks expensive. The interior feels special. The badge carries status. After depreciation, a vehicle that once cost serious money can suddenly sit on a used lot at a price that feels almost reasonable. That is where the trap begins. Air suspension is one of the biggest ownership risks. Compressors fail, air struts leak, control modules and sensors create warning lights that require real diagnosis, not guesswork. One bad suspension event can easily become a $1,500 to $4,000 repair, depending on what failed. And if several components need attention at once, the bill climbs fast. Then there are drivetrain and electrical issues, transfer case concerns, differential service, terrain response electronics, battery drain, module faults, and warning lights that do not always point to one simple answer. The Range Rover Sport is expensive because problems can overlap. Suspension, electronics, drivetrain, and diagnosis can all arrive in the same ownership window. A $75,000 Range Rover Sport selling for $30,000 is not always a bargain. Sometimes it is the market warning you that the next owner may be paying for the repairs the first owner avoided. You are not buying cheap luxury, you may be buying deferred expensive problems at a discount. The real lesson. The problem is not always the car. It is the gap between what buyers expect ownership to cost and what it actually costs. Before buying any used car, research known problems, real repair bills, fuel economy, insurance, and whether local specialists actually work on that model. The sticker price gets you into the car. The total ownership cost decides whether it was a smart buy. Which car on this list surprised you most? Tell us your story in the comments. And if this video helped you avoid an expensive mistake, hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.